Alright, and this problem tells us the function of f is e to the x power, and g of x is square root of x. Yesterday we learned the composition of functions, so let's rewrite this more in function notation. What letter goes on the outside? F or G? F goes on the outside. What goes on the inside? G is closest, so you can write it something like this. Sometimes they write with brackets. If you have too many parentheses, that's okay. Then we'll do g of x in pink. So that goes here. So basically in my function of f, I'm going to be writing the square root of x. So if I do that, f of x is e to the x power. And basically for every x now, instead of writing x, we're going to write what? E to the square root of x. And that's my answer. Raise your hand if you got that. So look, normally we write something like this, right? F of x, and we're basically saying now every x value we're going to put the square root of x. Well, there's the x, and we're going to put there a square root of x. Okay? Why is it the square root of x? Because that's what g is. Let's try another example. The e is part of the problem. Let's try another one. Class, tell me how to write this one over here. G goes on the outside. What goes on the inside? F of x. So basically it says in the function of g, you're going to replace every x value with whatever f of x is equal to. Okay? So, f of x is yellow. So in the function of g, every x value we're going to put in what? E to the x power. Okay? Watch. Here is the function of g. G of x equals the square root of x. Yes? And instead of writing x, we're going to write what? E to the x power. Instead of writing x, we're going to write e to the x power. And that's our answer right there. So basically, if I had to summarize, let's just say you were absent yesterday and you're like still kind of lost. You're basically just doing two substitutions.